I loved 4th of July. You want a sparkler? No. At the end of the day, you want to outduel the rest of the block, then you'd have to light off the big firework, remember? That was an announcement. I'm lighting it off, the $48 one. You're like, back up, get behind the car. Get behind the car. Get your brother, get behind the car. What's going on? Ma, get in the house. And get behind the screen window. Hurry up, he's lighting off the $48 one. Hurry up. What does it do? That's the thing. I don't know. Slit! Slit! It goes on his back. You know, try to put it up. Don't touch it. Is it still lit? I don't know if it's still lit. A cop! What's going on here? Nothing. What's that, the $48 one?
Okay, stand by.
Hey, wake up, stupid!
It's the Morning Blitz with Goose, Kelly, and Thick Rick.
Hey, Goose. You. Thank you. And now,
Your rock station, your morning show.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us.
Goose, Kelly, and Thick Rick
They don't know what the they're doing. You understand that?
on the Blitz.
Hey, with any luck, it's your Friday, and you're rolling into a 3-day weekend, which would be really nice. High of 88 today. Might have a slight afternoon shower, but all in all, looking pretty good. And the holiday weekend looking absolutely amazing. Slight chance of showers through the weekend, but very minimal. If we get like a little pop-up something. But all in all, going to be in the mid to upper 80s all weekend long. In fact, it looks like on Sunday, could get in the 90s. How are you, Kelly?
I am great. I'm coming off a gigantic piece of birthday cake from Rush's Bakery hangover. Oh my
sugar
gosh.
crash,
Let
big
me
time.
shoehorn the fact that my birthday was yesterday. Let me get that in there one last time. Yeah, it is so good. I don't know if you've ever had cake or donuts from Rush's, but it is elite. Elite. And it is so far from our house, and Charlie made the trek to get me a birthday cake from there.
Where are they?
Yes. In Whitehall,
Yeah.
like East Columbus.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I'm going to have to check it out now.
Oh, it's so good.
I haven't had it yet. Thick, how are you this morning?
I'm good. I was driving out of my neighborhood this morning, and it's, we have no lights. I mean, there's no lights in our neighborhood. It's just pitch black, so it's the lights from houses.
Right.
That's it. And so it's really dark, and I was coming around a curve, and I saw things moving through the street. And I'm like, those are animals. And as I got closer, I swerved to the right because they were walking left across the street. And one of the baby raccoons decided to turn right and shoot back toward me. And
Oh, no.
Ba-boom, ba-boom. And I was like, oh, no.
Morning speed bump.
Oh,
Giant
gosh.
mom and like 6 kids, now 5. I was like, I felt terrible. What do you do, man? What do you do?
You took it from the Brady Bunch to the Cosby family real quick.
I hate it. What do you do?
Okay, listen. I mean, who among us, pardon me, has never killed an animal?
Go ahead.
I'm good. I'm getting choked up over the death of a baby animal. But you don't stop thinking about it all day long. Man. Like, you feel that the rest of the day. And it's because you've taken a life.
Are you sure it
It's an
wasn't the
accident.
mom and now you've just orphaned an entire
I
family?
am positive
Oh,
because
okay.
once I got up close enough, the light was on, and the mom was gigantic, like just huge, maybe the biggest raccoon I've ever seen.
Raccoons never forget.
Yeah.
She probably got your license plate number.
License plate number
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
And she knows I'm coming back there.
Gonna do a DMV search, find out your address.
Oh,
but
You're
just
gonna wake up,
that
mom's just
feeling
sitting on your porch.
it is unmistakable. That ba-bump, ba-bump. You know what I mean? First tire and the second tire got.
And you have a pickup truck, too, so I'm wondering how far you shot that thing out the back tire.
Oh,
what do you do?
What do you
do?
I don't know, man. Just stop and let him cross the street. How about that?
It was too late. There was no way.
I know, and it turns back. You're like, no, buddy. You were in the clear.
Yes.
Oh, it's awful. I'm sorry. That's a terrible feeling.
Ba-bum, ba-bum. What are you laughing at?
Okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. That's the way your day started. You're going to go back. It's probably still going to be there when you go back this morning.
First thing I thought, will I see it when I come home?
Yeah. You're going to see your carnage just stretched down the road about 50 yards. Man.
Poor thing.
Well, we've got a busy Thursday ahead. We've got another pair of Adam Sandler tickets we're going to give away coming up at about 8:50 this morning, so be prepared for that. And we're going to get started with our Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick, what you got for us?
Yeah, see if we can get somebody $25 to go spend at water beds and stuff. You just have to be the first one to text in the correct answer at 800-821-9970. An Alabama state senator has introduced a bill to ban what combat sport in the state of Alabama? They want to ban this combat sport in the state of Alabama. First one to tell us the sport at 800-821-9970. Text in. First one to text it in. We'll get the $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
What's that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick?
All right, the question was, an Alabama state senator has introduced a bill to ban what combat sport in the state of Alabama? And the answer is slap fighting.
Oh.
Have you seen this? Have you seen slap fighting?
Good. I hope they ban. This is the stupidest thing
It's pretty dumb.
I have ever seen in my life. Like, what?
Yeah, it's just two people just take turns slapping each other as hard as they can until one of them's done.
Is it dumber than an eating contest?
Maybe.
I don't think so. I'd rather see a slap fight.
Really?
Yes, eating contests are gross.
I think slap fighting is like the just the lowest form of human existence. Just above that, at like number 99, would be eating contests.
Okay.
It is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Those high-level guys, I mean, it's ridiculous. The sport's already banned by the Alabama Athletic Commission, so it can't be sanctioned, but you're not allowed to move. It's just, a head injury waiting to happen, said John Paris, the executive director. No gear, nothing,
Well, what makes the difference between that and bare-knuckle fighting or boxing?
Well, that's probably even...
What's the difference?
Well... Yeah, at least you're allowed to dodge, try to avoid getting hit. Yeah. Slap, you just take it. You stand there and they...
Oh, you're not allowed to dodge?
Oh, no,
you just stand
there.
Just
take turns.
That's like,
yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen some of these?
Maybe I don't want to see it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, if it's bare knuckle where you had to just stand there and take the direct punch, that'd be different. But you can move and try to dodge the punches. Slap fighting, you just have to take it as hard as they can hit you. So...
Dang, that's brutal.
Yeah, and you end up just passing out right there. They knock you unconscious right there on the floor.
So Gerald Allen said, we need to police this thing as best we can and prohibit those events in Alabama. It's funny that Alabama is the one that wants to stop it.
Right.
I feel like they're still doing like hobo fights.
Right. I thought dog fighting was still legal in Alabama.
Okay, let's see this. Sensitive. Oh, no.
Look, she couldn't even 2 seconds.
No,
she couldn't even get to 2 seconds.
You didn't even see the slap.
No, I did see the slap. I saw the guy go over.
He just folded in half.
I saw it. I can't. That's awful.
Matt Glenn.
No point to this.
I'm moving to Alabama. They know what they're doing.
No point to this thing at all.
Yeah. That's terrible. Why would you agree to be involved in that?
I don't know either. Who's going
money?
to step up and be like...
It's like the tough man contest. I'm going to show I'm the toughest. I'm going to win the money.
It's dumb.
I can take the slap better than anybody. Matt Glenn from Logan, first one to text in the correct answer. Matt's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
All right. Congratulations, Matt. Ranker.com. I saw this. I wanted to bring this up for you. Get your opinion on this as the resident gamer, former number one world-ranked Madden player in the world. Let's go old school. Let's go older than that because Ranker.com asked people to vote on the Best old school arcade games.
Oh, back to the arcade where I just put a quarter in the machine?
Yep.
Oh.
And I would say this list goes back to about early 90s, 92, 93. Yeah, probably about 92-ish, somewhere in there.
Okay.
So that's where the list kind of stops.
Oh, where it stops.
Where it
I thought you were
stops.
saying that's where it starts.
No,
That's why I was confused.
Where it stops. So if you were to rank the old video games, you would go pop a quarter into. Kelly, you ever went to the arcade, pop quarters in?
Yeah, I mean, like Pac-Man? Is that what we're talking?
Yeah. So
I've played Pac-Man before. I played it at Pizza Hut.
yeah, Pac-Man. Pac-Man's number one on the list.
Okay.
Which I don't know. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I don't know if I would put that up there as like the best for me.
Would you include like House of the Dead, where it's like a first-person
Those are
shooter
new.
game?
That's
Those
newer.
are newer. Yeah,
Those are newer.
Those are newer.
Love that game.
Just think of the straight up stand up box. You
Yes.
pump quarter in.
I mean,
and that's it.
I understand why Pac-Man's number one.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like,
Like Centipede.
But I would, for me, it was Galaga. I
So
love
Centipede's number 13 on the list.
Okay.
Galaga, number 2 on the list.
That was
Hey.
that one and Gauntlet were my all-time favorite arcade. And Donkey Kong. God, I can't-
Gauntlet is on the list. I used to love Gauntlet. Yeah, number 16 on the list.
Especially if you had 3 people who were good at it playing with you. Oh, yeah. You could
it
play
was a
for
good
a
time.
long time.
Which one did you pick? The fighter, the barbarian, the elf, or the magician?
The elf.
The elf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the elf.
Yeah.
How about Q*bert? That was
Q*bert,
fun.
yeah. I like Q*bert.
Q*bert was a good one.
Bouncing on them
Not
blocks.
on the
Not
list,
on the
though.
list,
Not on the top 20.
Oh, but you got to have Donkey Kong, man.
Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Number 4 on the list.
Frogger.
Number 5 on the list.
I love Frogger. That was a blast.
There's kind of probably one of the most current games on the list is at number 3, and it's one of the most current ones compared to the rest of the list. But
NBA
man,
Jam?
No, NBA Jam's not on there. That should have been on there, but it's not. No, this is actually a sequel to a video game, but this one made this game world renowned.
Is it like Ms. Pac-Man?
No, it is not.
Okay.
That's number 9 on the list. It's a fighting game.
A fighting game.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat number 7. Yep. But what did you say before?
Oh, Street Fighter?
Yeah, but Street Fighter 2 is the one. Because the original Street Fighter only had Ken and Ryu.
Right.
And then Street Fighter 2 is when they brought in these, 6 other characters? Because there were 8 total in the first one. Chun-Li. I used to love Chun-Li. E-Honda. Yeah. I used to... See, my favorite Pete Holmes bit is when he's talking about video games. And he goes, just to think, at some point, there's a guy standing in a sound booth all by himself. This is his job, right?
Yeah.
And he gets in the sound booth and he's like, are we ready? Everybody ready? Are we rolling? Rolling. All right. Japan. Right. That's his whole job. That's his whole job. Let's see. Number 6 on the list, Space Invaders. Number 7, Mortal Kombat. Number 8, Asteroids. Number 9, Miss Pac-Man. Number 10, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one to play with friends, too. My favorite didn't make the list. Robotron 2049.
I loved Robotron.
That was my favorite.
Wasn't on the list at all.
Not on the list in terms of the top 20. If there's any old school video game that was made for the 80s and all the guys that were doing the booger sugar, it was Robotron 2049. Because all you did was 2 joysticks and run around as fast as possible, shooting in every direction.
Tempest was another one. Tron. Can't forget Tron.
Tron was an old school one, not on the list.
Donkey Kong Jr. was another one.
That was a good one, yep. Also on the list, Dig Dug, Double Dragon.
Double Dragon, yes.
Mm-hmm. Defender,
Dug.
Mario Brothers Gauntlet, 1942.
Defender.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rampage. The Simpsons arcade game. That was another good one to play with your friends.
You mentioned, what did you say? Oh, Space Invaders.
Yeah.
That was, after Pong, that was kind of the beginning.
Yeah, it was one of the earliest ones.
I mean, that is the first video game I remember putting a quarter in was Space Invaders.
Yep, that's the one where you intercepted the missiles coming down, right?
Well, you just had they kept marching back and forth, and you just trying to kill them all. And as they got less and less of them, they started going faster.
Right?
When you got to one, he's just
Defender was the one with the missiles coming down.
Yeah, where you were at flying and you could reverse, and you could shoot smart bombs from that thing. And Defender was a phenomenal game.
Well, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of either.
Oh, you think the Missile Command?
Missile Command.
That's the
ball.
One. The ball. Yeah, you had 3 buttons and a ball.
Yep, there it is. Okay.
Oh, I love that game, too.
Anyways, trip down memory lane. It's 987 Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Our first story this morning takes us over to Raleigh, North Carolina, where a naked man armed with a piece of wood attacked 2 people on Tuesday. First attack took place around 2:30 p.m. when this naked man walked up to a guy's car, totally nude, holding a wooden post. He told the guy to let him in the car and then assaulted him with the wooden post, and then took off. Which to me is the funniest part because no one looks good running away naked. Like the guy's totally nude, running away.
Unless there's the Benny Hill theme playing underneath it, and then you're loving it.
And if I saw that, then yes, that would definitely put a smile on my face for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care that he just came up and hit me in the arm. Because you've got this playing on the car radio, and then as he's running away totally nude, all you hear is...
Yeah.
As everything's just slapping side to side. Like, no one looks good running naked.
No.
Well, shortly after that, he walked up to a woman eating lunch in her car, hit her on the arm with a post, and tried to steal her car. However... She said he got in the driver's seat, but couldn't figure out how to shift it into drive.
What?
It must be a newer car. Because, a lot of newer cars, they've got either the turn dials or the push buttons where you actually push for drive or push for park. So eventually, he couldn't get out of park and got out of the car. Cops did eventually track him down after he tried to hide out in some storage area, funny enough, behind a strip mall. Last looking into the story, they are still charges pending. They're not sure exactly what they're going to charge him with, but definitely
public indecency.
Yeah,
we'll get you for that.
Attempted
car
theft.
Yeah.
Assault of some sort because he was hitting people with the wooden post. So
it's like Ray Stevens' old song, "The Streak." It's like just what it was written about.
The Streak.
Yeah, it's an old Ray Stevens comedy song.
Our second story takes us over to Kentucky. I don't know if you believe in karma or not, but this may question whether or not you believe in karma because James Farthing is a man from Kentucky with a long and troubled criminal history. He's 50 years old, and he spent nearly 30 of those years in custody across 25 different correctional institutions. His rap sheet includes offenses like strangling a girlfriend, selling cocaine, escaping from prison work detail, bribing a corrections officer, and more. He's got 35 convictions in 9 counties in Kentucky alone.
Jeez.
And it wasn't that long ago where he won $167.3 million in the Kentucky Powerball jackpot.
Oh, I hate this guy. I hate him.
However, this story takes a trip down to Florida where he was recently on vacation and it was cut short because he allegedly punched some guest at the hotel he was staying at and kicked a police officer. He was arrested and now faces charges in both Florida and Kentucky.
I'd love to see him spend time and not be able to spend a cent of that money.
Shouldn't it be like you can't play the lottery?
Why is he even on the streets after all of that?
It sounds like, what did he do? Yeah, it's like you're going to punch somebody. Okay, you don't get much time for that.
Right.
It is an officer, so he might get more time for that.
There's a guest at the hotel and the officer.
Yeah.
There's 2 separate instances.
But still, it's not like he pulled out a gun.
No. But on top of his 30 years and all his other convictions, they got to be like, you're just a menace to society.
Right.
You just go away. But here's the problem. He now has the money to hire the best lawyers.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll get him off.
Okay, right. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's just why I don't believe the karma is just not real. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist.
This guy wins $167.3 million, and I can't win $100 on my scratching ticket. Like, come on.
Yeah, but you get the, I don't know, it's the peace of mind to lay down in bed at night and know that you've lived your life that day in a manner that was be pleasing to.
Nah, I'll take the $167 million.
That's right.
Not at all. 99.7 The Blitz. I want to tell you a story, but as I do, I want you to think about the last time you took a shortcut. And I don't mean while driving. I mean, like, tried to make things a little bit easier, or thought maybe you could, not do as much work, or maybe you found a better way to do something, and you just you made life a little bit easier on yourself by taking this shortcut. Now, this story is about a year old, but this gentleman was just sentenced, so that's why we're just getting word of this. But in June 26th of last year, there's a Philadelphia realtor by the name of John Bailu, and he went to the Philadelphia airport. And the thing is, instead of going in the entrance, getting his ticket, going through security, he went to that part where it's the exit. And it says once you cross this line, you cannot come back into the airport. But that's exactly what he tried to do. He went up to the security guard and said, "Hey, I left my phone in the airport. I just need to grab my phone. I'll be right back." The security officer's like, "No, you can't do that." And he goes, "Come, I'm just..." And he keeps walking while he's talking, saying, "No, I'm just going to go grab my phone." He then takes a $50 bill and slaps it onto the desk of the TSA agent, saying, "Look, will it get me in the airport? $50 just get me in the airport." She said no, stood there and argued with him, but he persisted and kept on walking, eventually getting away from the TSA agent. This TSA agent even called the police to say, "Hey, this man's looking for his phone. Will you look for his phone? I can't let him in the airport." The police said, "No, we're not going to look for the man's phone." And that's when John decided, "I'm going to take matters into my own hands," and just kept walking past the TSA agent. They checked the security cameras, and they saw that he went all the way to a terminal and got on a plane. Because, yes, as it turns out, he had a ticket for American Airlines and boarded his plane. They ended up calling the captain of the plane, saying, "Hey, you've got a passenger that did not go through security or through any of the property security measures." And as a result, American Airlines had to pull back in to the terminal and cancel the flight. Of course, John was arrested for, not going through proper procedures. Well, he was just sentenced because, hey, you can't just skip TSA security. They don't allow that. So he could have received 1 year in jail. However, instead, he pleaded guilty, and he was sentenced on Tuesday to serve 1 year of probation. He had to pay a fine of $200, and he had to reimburse American Airlines for the cost of the canceled flight, $59,143. Don't go skipping TSA, kids. They don't like that.
I don't like the arrogance of somebody who feels like they can do that.
100%. I'm glad he has to repay American Airlines.
The rest of us have kicked off our shoes. We're waiting in a line. Some of us are going through drug-sniffing dogs, getting patted down, while you think you can waltz in the back exit.
You got to put up with those parents who haven't figured out how to fold the baby cart yet. Like, come on. Don't be that guy. You're not special. Guy, I'm trying to take a shortcut. Can you think of a time, Kelly, where you last time you tried to take a shortcut?
I do take a shortcut every day, and that is, I figured out that by cutting out exercise, I want to eat less so my weight stays the same.
What? Get out. What?
I mean, you figured out the system.
Yeah, I have taken a shortcut.
If you just eat less, then you don't have to work out.
Yeah, I mean,
and it all stays
everything
the same.
Evens out. When you stop working out, you're not as hungry. So there you go. There's the secret to life, folks. Stop working exercising.
Out. You won't be as hungry. You won't eat as much. Your weight won't go up.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm always hungry. It doesn't matter.
Me too.
I love to eat.
I've noticed lately, probably in the past, 6 months or so, like I usually have 2 lunches. I'll get home from work at 11 o'clock or whatever, and I'll eat something. And usually about 1:30 or so, I'm having a second lunch.
Second lunch?
Yeah. Can you think of a shortcut, Thick?
I'm trying, man.
Nothing?
No.
I'm trying to think of... I would definitely... when I was running a radio station a couple years ago, one of my jobs was handling the music, which is a job here at a radio station, kind of scheduling the music and making sure everything's flowing properly. And I would shortcut it. I wouldn't do as much as I was supposed to do. I'm like, oh, this song fits. Oh, we'll play this here. Oh, this works. Just kind of breeze through it a little bit. I'm like, it'll sound fine. What's the problem? It's this song or this song. Really? Doesn't matter? Come on. Could have done a little bit more. I don't know. 800-821-9970. Are you the shortcut type? Do you try to find the easy way to do things? I'm all about working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But trying to cheat the system like this and thinking that you don't need to go through airport security, we're all frustrated with airport security. Especially if it's a busy day, we get it. If you're running late and you're not sure you're going to make it through security in time, I get it. But you can't just be walking through the exit of an airport. That's going to shut the whole thing down. I'm surprised that they didn't do more in terms of shutting the entire airport down looking for this guy.
How did this guy not get tackled long before he got on the plane?
Right.
I don't understand it, but I guess airports are busy places, so you can disappear into a crowd.
Yeah, but I'm
right
with
there
you.
At TSA, you slap a $50 bill on the counter and try to bribe your way in. The cops are getting called immediately. You're not leaving, and if you do, I'm tackling you.
And to continue walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that, now that I think about it, is this TSA agent going to get a talking to? Why didn't you do more?
Well, they probably. I'd be thinking always that I'm interacting with a secret shopper, like a secret TSA person who's trying to bust me taking a bribe. So I'm doing the most to make sure you know that I'm a good TSA agent.
I'm doing the most. Absolutely. If you've ever taken a shortcut, 800-821-9970. Love to hear from you.
And now,
All right, I'm listening.
3 things you need to know before you go.
Hundreds of thousands of people are expected downtown tonight for Red, White, and Boom. Columbus Police, a uniformed and plainclothes officers, will be on patrol managing crowds and monitoring safety. The FAA is also putting a temporary flight restriction in place for all drones and all unmanned aircraft today. That means it'll be illegal to operate a drone within 1 nautical mile of Genoa Park.
We're going to take the boys this afternoon.
Oh, are
Go
you?
check it out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to assume there's a young lady on Facebook Marketplace who probably won her VIP wristbands somewhere.
All right.
Because Nora saw them yesterday, and she sold them for nothing compared to what the prices are online or for the ticket prices
Is this like a snipe hunting ticket? I mean, is there a VIP section? I don't know about this.
Is.
Okay.
Yes, there is. Yeah, there's a whole VIP thing. And we're like, well, why not take the boys?
So you
First time.
got VIP?
Uh-huh.
Where is VIP? I need to find out. I'm not expecting you to know exactly where it is.
Yeah, we looked at the map. There's a whole tent area.
That's wonderful.
In front of COSI and
really?
the kids play thing is right there, so they can go in the bounce houses and do their thing.
So you're going to be right on the river.
Yep.
It's going to be spectacular.
Food
you're going to have a
drink
great time.
Is included, so I don't have to worry about
so
that.
So you'll stay for the fireworks, 10 p.m.
I don't know if I'm going to stay for the fireworks.
You should. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare getting out of there. Where are you going to park? Do you get VIP parking?
You get VIP parking.
Oh, dude.
What did it cost?
That's great.
You tell me off the air.
No, tell us on the air. I need to know.
I'll say we got the 4 VIP wristbands for less than the cost of 1.
Oh, wow. That includes food and drink and parking.
And I'm wondering if now they're non-transferable and I'm calling myself out live on the air. I don't know. They won't know who I am. That's fine.
I do figure that, they're not worried about you.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Once it starts, they're
not worried about a good family man.
My first Red, White, and Boom, so I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, you've got to do it. I mean, I do think it's an experience.
Well, at least you're doing it the right way.
I know I'm going to, especially on the way out, I'm going to
no, you'll be hating life.
And bitch and moan.
You'll be hating life, and then you'll be with the rest of us who say we're never doing it again.
Right, yeah.
But I have been. I mean, I've gone multiple times in my life, and it's an experience.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's worth it.
But you can't go do the VIP and everything and not stay for the fireworks.
No, he can.
No.
You can absolutely do that.
Why?
Because I've seen them before.
They're going to be right over top of your head.
I bet.
You're going to miss the $48 one.
This experience isn't for you. It's for the boys.
Right. That's exactly it.
Yeah. So
something to do with the boys. That's it.
Yeah, they'll have a great time.
And they won't care if you leave before the fireworks?
They will care. That's what I'm saying. Let's stay for the fireworks, Goose. Let's have the whole experience. And then that hour and stop traffic afterwards. It's just all part of it. Get a good sound team. Get a mixtape to play on the way home.
It probably won't be as bad from COSI as it is for a lot of other places downtown, especially if you're on the east side of the river.
Do you get a VIP lane of traffic?
That I don't know. Probably not.
All right. This was very unsettling yesterday to watch this Brian Kohberger, his court appearance yesterday. He is the man who now has admitted to the 2022 killings of 4 University of Idaho students. He had a change of plea hearing yesterday. The families of all 4 victims were there. His parents were there. And the man he had the most unaffected expression on his face. He answered very clearly that he was guilty. The judge named each of the victims and said, "How do you plead in the, murder of Kaylee Gonsalves? Guilty. Madison Mogan? Guilty. Xana Kernodle? Guilty. Ethan Chapin? Guilty." It's really, he didn't need to explain anything, a motive or anything like that, but the judge made it clear that it was premeditated, it was planned, and that he did commit it. He said yes, he did to all of that as part of his plea deal. He avoids the death penalty, but he will be sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences. So one after the other, after the other, after the other.
Soon.
If he would happen to live 4 lifetimes, he gets an extra 10 years for breaking and entering.
Oh, good.
So he has waived his right to appeal. He will be formally sentenced in 20 days. It's likely that will be the sentence that he gets, but this will give the victims' families a chance to make an impact statement. So
never to see the light of day again.
Never.
But we'll never know why.
I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever know why.
Why
You can't climb into his brain. I do think that he is a psychopath, so I don't know if that there is a reason. It's just the desire to kill. Maybe. Now, I need to know if this is a deterrent for little criminals in the making. We've talked about how teenagers these days don't seem as interested as we were at getting their driver's license the very second they turn 16 years old. Well, there is a new state law in Tennessee that if you are a minor found guilty of bullying or cyberbullying, you either lose your driver's license for a year if you already have it, or you are not allowed to get your license until you're 17. You lose your ability for a year to get your license. Yeah. Now, the thing is that if you already have your license, you can apply to get a restricted license that will allow you to drive to school, work, and church.
Okay, so a DUI license, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Work privileges.
Yep.
But the law passed with support on both sides of the aisle. It was very popular with both Republicans and Democrats in Tennessee. And, I don't know. But I'm glad that they're coming down on bullying, cyberbullying.
Right. How much of a deterrent? I don't know. But I think this is what's the word I'm looking for? A justifiable punishment.
I like an idea maybe of, instead of not having a driver's license, having to get, you know how you have to get a DUI, like yellow plate or whatever those plates are. You should get a bullying plate. I'm a bully for a solid year.
Just straight up call them out.
Okay. I am a bully, and I was convicted of bullying. That should be on your license plate for a year.
Okay.
Or if it's you're driving your parents' car.
Public shame.
Yeah, you got to put up a sticker on the back of your car.
Every time you
says,
drive it.
I am a no good, dirty bullier. Bully. No. Yeah, bully. There you go.
Bully, yeah.
Not a bullier.
No, not a bullier. It's a bully. Yep. All right, lists are always subjective, but it's fun to discuss. That is why we are looking at UltimateClassicRock.com and the top 50 American bands of all time. Very, very distinct word there. American bands of all time. Because off the air we were talking. Sorry, Kelly, no Queen, obviously.
No Queen, yeah.
No Zeppelin on there.
No.
No AC/DC is going to be on the list.
No.
These are the top 50 American bands of all time. And I pulled clips from the top 10. So those are the ones we're really going to get on here. But Kelly, I saw you writing down some things.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see your opinion on what might fall into the top 10 of the top 50 American bands of all time.
I feel like I might have the number one.
You think so?
Right off the top of my head.
All right, give me your 5 that you think are on the list.
All right. The Eagles.
Okay.
Aerosmith.
Okay.
Metallica. I'm going to go Nirvana and Heart.
Okay.
Those are my top 5.
All right.
And I wouldn't necessarily put Nirvana on there, but I do think they're huge, and they were huge.
Yeah, very
band. Iconic. So that's why they're on my list.
Well, I'll tell you this. Shockingly, angrily to me, number 50 on the list is Foo Fighters. I don't know how they're all the way down to number 50, but they are. Heart is not in the top 25.
Is that right?
Yes.
Heart is not in the top 25.
Metallica, number 16.
Okay.
Seems a little low for them, but okay. Nirvana, number 14.
Number 14.
On the list, yes. We'll start at number 10. Band, I guess anything more than one can be considered a band, but more of a duo. Number 10.
Darkness, my old
Oh my gosh, it's giving me chills.
A little Simon and Garfunkel.
I love Simon and Garfunkel. I am all for this. They deserve that spot.
You did get number...
Okay.
Eagles on the list.
Eagles. I thought for sure that was number 1.
But again, that seems a little low. Especially when you get to number 8, which I completely disagree with. REM's number 8 on the list.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spot.
Within the top 50, sure, I can see them. But
I would switch
ahead of the
REM with
Eagles-
Foo Fighters. They can take 50
Right.
and we'll take
100%,
Yeah.
I would say that.
I mean, the REM was massive.
Eh.
But they were. I'm sorry, whether you like them or not, they were
Yeah.
massive.
Number 7. I kind of agree, get on board with this one. Talking Heads. Hard to deny number 6. That would be The Doors.
People are strange when you're a stranger.
I recently went back a few months ago and watched Val Kilmer and The Doors. It's such a good movie.
I've never seen that. I got to watch that.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, he does amazing.
Phenomenal band.
Yeah. Number 5. You also got number 5, Kelly. The Aerosmith.
Steven Tyler might be the greatest front man of all time.
You might be right.
Doesn't get much
right.
better.
Let's see here. Going up to the top 4 here. A little CCR. The top 50 American bands of all time.
CCR was the greatest band at making 2-minute and 20-second songs.
Right. Sean's holding his breath right now because if he says DMB goes number 1, I'll puke.
Oh, please no. Please no. Dave
DMB?
Matthews
No. They better not appear anywhere in this top 10.
We're at the top 3. Number 3 on the list, Van Halen.
Which version?
Okay, valid question. Do you have one over the other, Kelly?
I love Sammy Hagar, and I'm sorry to say it because David Lee Roth is iconic. I like David Lee Roth. I love Sammy Hagar in Van Halen.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Is that... I don't know. Is that the popular or the unpopular opinion?
I think I don't know. Van Halen is David Lee Roth. Sammy Hagar, I don't think is your first thought when you think of Van Halen.
No.
I did love his version of it.
Okay.
Yeah, they did some really good songs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you're right. It's undeniable
Oh, my
that
God.
the David Lee Roth version is way more popular.
I need Mean Streets. I need those first 5 albums were just, wow, unbelievable.
I like OU81 too.
Number 2 on the list for the top 50 American bands of all time. I would have to agree with this one. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I lost count of how many times I ordered Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' greatest hits album off of
Columbia House Record and Tape Club?
Records. Yes.
1 penny.
Now,
That came in my 12 CD pack so many times. I don't know why. Like I kept losing it or I kept ordering it.
I love the song Don't Do Me Like That, which is on the same album, Damn the Torpedoes.
Yeah.
But I grew up in a really strict household, and on my 45, the jacket, the sleeve, it said Damn the Torpedoes, so I had to take a Sharpie, like a marker, and cross out Damn so my mom couldn't see it, because I bought the 45.
You had to scratch it out.
Well, because before that, my sisters told on me because I bought a 45, a Hall & Oates 45, and the B word is in it. And they're like, oh, Kelly bought a record with a bad word in it.
It's called you out like that?
Yeah, I got in trouble for it. So you better believe. I was talking with a friend of mine. Said a woman I heard his pride. Oh, love the song.
That's a great song.
Turn around and let him go.
All right, so Simon and Garfunkel, the Eagles, R.E.M., Talking Heads, The Doors, Aerosmith, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Van Halen, Tom Petty, and the Heartbreakers, the #1 American band of all time. Sean, ready to puke if it's Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, is it?
He might be ready to puke.
Is
in
it?
Do you have any other guess? If it's not Dave Matthews Band, Kelly, do you have another guess as to what could be the #1 American band of all time?
Okay, I mean, could it be Kiss or Guns N' Roses? I don't know.
Guns N' Roses is number 17 on the list.
All right. What about Kiss?
Kiss, number 25.
Okay.
On the list.
What about the Chili Peppers? Are they on there anywhere?
Not in the top 25, no. Think older.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this. Think less rock.
I know. The Beach Boys?
California dreaming on such a winter's day.
Mamas and the Papas?
Yes. No, the Beach Boys.
Oh, okay. This is the Beach Boys version?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yep, the Beach Boys, #1 on the list for the greatest.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody learning how. Come on a safari with me.
I mean, honestly, if it's not the Fat Boys version of surfing or Wipeout, then I don't know. But
Kokomo.
I used to jam to Kokomo. Man, I don't think I've
ever heard those words.
Really?
To jam to Kokomo.
Oh, absolutely.
Play your air guitar and everything?
Oh, 100%.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were
Oh, California Girls.
You sound just like
wouldn't
him.
it be nice?
Oh.
You sound just like him, Kelly.
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego. Baby, run a week. Baby, come on. Get there fast and now. Take it slow.
Your top 50 American bands of all time. I think all of us have some sort of secret we know, or something we did we've never told anyone about. And if that's you, that's okay. There's a great website called Fesshole where people go on and anonymously admit things that they've done. And it's just entertaining to read. Like this person who says, I should win an Oscar for fake calls I receive. Overly chatty neighbor lurking when I park. I'm on the phone. Networking event I want to escape. Oh, urgent call. Entire one-sided conversation with reactions and even jokes with apologetic wave. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I gotta take this. I've done that so many times. So many times. Growing up, my brother always wanted what I had, whether it was toys, food, or girls. I went on a few dates with this gorgeous girl who was giving off a bunch of red flags. So I introduced them, and he was true to form. She's making his life misery now. I'm not sorry. I found a secret individual toilet at work. It's not labeled as a toilet. It's not a disabled one. And it's free from the crowds to the other poorly maintained bathrooms. I've kept the secret from colleagues and friends for over 8 years. I would totally do that.
Absolutely.
I would never feel guilty for a second.
You find that secret bathroom that's always clean, not used very often. Yeah, no one's going to bother me while I'm in here. I'm totally keeping that secret. This person says, my son just got a degree in history from college. I am immensely proud. I helped him cheat, but I am immensely proud. I mean, little moral gray area there. When I was young, I lived in a high-rise apartment. I remember my dad would always ask my mom if the grass would be freshly cut and ready for the weekend. I'm 35, and it just dawned on me he wasn't talking about any actual lawn care.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, wow.
Did you ever have that instance where I remember one time we were on vacation. Where were we? Montreal or something? And I'd gone to the hotel pool, and I came back to the hotel room, and the deadbolt was locked on the room. And I was knocking. There was no answer. I was like, oh, they must have gone to get something to eat or something. So I had to go back to the pool for a little bit. Couldn't get in the hotel room.
It's just...
I know what my parents were doing.
Yeah.
Man.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
Good question.
Like years.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I was...
You're like, wait a minute.
I was 9 or 10 at the time, and I was like, I know why the hotel was locked. As someone who has 2 stepkids now, I know why the hotel room door was locked.
Right.
Be glad it was locked.
That's true, too.
Right.
That's very true.
Because, and be glad it wasn't your grandparents that you walked in on.
This sounds like a personal experience, Dick.
Look at his eyes right now. They're haunted.
Wide open.
Dude, I was like 8, 9 years old. Walk in on your grandparents having sex. You know, it was one of those go outside and play all day and don't come back till dark, and I broke the rule.
That's why you don't break the rules.
When it involves grandparents, it's so much nastier.
It is unbelievable, man. It is like, they don't do that.
How many wrinkles were intertwined?
It was all one mound
just
of...
a blur. Just a blur of gray and wrinkles slapping back and forth.
They never knew.
They never knew?
No. I just backed out, shut the door, was right back outside. Nothing happened. I didn't see that.
Most important question, what position were they in?
Damn you.
But you knew what was going on at that age.
Absolutely knew what was going on.
I don't think I would have if I was 8 years old. I never would have known. I would have been extremely confused. Yeah.
Was Grandma flexible or...
Stop.
This is why I don't like to tell him things.
Oh, sorry. Grandma, I didn't know you were a gymnast. Oh, man, I forgot where I was.
Best hole.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, sorry. After an unsatisfying sex life for years, which Thick's grandparents did not have, I finally decided to cheat on my wife. I booked a fancy hotel on a work trip and joined a lot of hookup sites. After 5 hours of being blanked, I realized I'm just not attractive anymore, so I ordered room service, watched a porno, and went to bed. Wasn't so bad.
I hope your wife divorced you right after that, too.
100%.
What is that? I finally decided.
Yeah, I finally decided I was not attractive anymore.
No, to cheat on my wife, he said.
Oh, that too,
finally
yes.
decided.
Yeah, I guess there's that, too. Oh, Fesshole if you need some entertainment.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Oh, you're just trying to take me back to my club days. Yeah. Nelly, hip-hop artist, married to Ashanti, former pop star. I don't know what she's been doing lately. I think just being a mother and wife.
Yeah.
But they have a new TV show called We Belong Together, as they are now raising their new baby boy. And here's the thing. During one of the episodes, Nelly admitted that he won't change diapers. He says he refuses to change diapers. However, he says, I said this long ago, before we had the baby. I told Ashanti, I'm not changing diapers. I find that shocking. How do you avoid changing diapers as a father? I can only assume that it's you just have that you have that much money that you can afford to pay people to change diapers. What else would it be?
Yeah, do they have like a nanny or something that comes in and helps, or is it all on Ashanti? Because I think that initially you'd probably think as a wife, like, oh, it's fine. I'll cover the diapers if you cover this or whatever. You can make a negotiation. However, I don't think you realize how many diapers you're going to be changing every day.
Right.
Oh, it's a lot.
And it's also gross sometimes. Like really gaggingly gross.
That would be the only other reason, even though not a strong reason, but the only other reason I could think of would be is your constitution is so weak that you're going to end up throwing up every time you try and change a diaper or do change a diaper.
You get used to it.
That would be what I would think.
Yeah, it just becomes,
throw on an N95, man, and just get in there, because like we all gotta have to do things now we don't really like, and that includes staying up all night and changing diapers.
He's promised to support in other ways, but says, "Yeah, I'm not changing any diapers." I would love to know if there are any other parents out there that made some sort of deal that I'm not going to do this with the baby, but I'll do all this other stuff. Did you have an agreement of some sort? Did you let them off the hook and you're like, fine, I'll take care of it? 800-821-9970. You can call or text the same number now. Thick, I'm assuming you and Heather split the duties, right?
Oh, I changed so many diapers. Yeah, no problem.
And go ahead.
I was just gonna say that my only two concerns when changing a diaper, because sometimes they got to go again and the diaper's already off, and if it's a boy, it's just going everywhere.
It's going everywhere.
And the other thing is, as a guy, kids will kick. When you're changing, they'll just kick for no reason whatsoever, and you got to be careful because they might kick you right in the junk.
Right square in the junk, yeah.
I guess you find all that out the hard way.
You do.
Yeah,
you learn as you go. I mean, that's all you can do, because I don't think there's one parent of a boy who hasn't been peed on.
Right.
It's a given.
Absolutely.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I don't like about this situation, because I can say, like, if I had an infant and I was speaking with my husband and my husband said, hey, like, I'm afraid I'm going to have a really difficult time with diaper changing. I'd be like, it's okay. We'll figure it out together. It's fine. It's going to be gross. We're going to get through this. But to have an all-out, like, refusal for somebody to say, I'm not doing this, this is something I will not do, that makes me mad. Why does that make me so mad? Because then it's all on me, right? It's all on the wife.
I could totally see getting upset about this. I can't fathom a father saying, no, I'm not changing diapers. Like, literally refusing to change diapers. And then when the time comes and it's like, look, I'm in the middle of doing this or something, can you please go change the diaper? And he's like, no, I told you, I'm not changing diapers. But again, I have to assume they've got help with that, which would be nice, but still.
Does he just think he's being funny for the camera? Because it's not really playing.
Apparently, it's kind of borderline, like, I don't want anything to do with the child. They can walk and talk. Like, a toddler doesn't interest, or an infant doesn't interest me.
Wait till they're like 2.
You're right.
Oh, I bet people have a lot to say about it.
Lori says my best friend had a horrible gag reflex and asked me several times to come over to change her kids' diapers. I just laughed at her. She got through it, but vomited several times.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do.
Like, you knew your kid was going to poop when you got pregnant, right? Like, you knew getting pregnant, you were going to have a child that pooped. Like, you knew that was coming. So you've got to do something to help yourself.
I do know there have been many, many, many videos that women have made on TikTok recording their husbands changing diapers and, completely losing it in the process. Because, again, sure, you can gag and get that feeling. It's going to happen. Because, like you said, Kelly, some of it is just god-awful. Like, how did it end up on your shoulder blades? I don't understand how it's all the way up there.
Yes.
800-821-9970. Is there any husband or wife that had this kind of agreement with their significant other where you're going to handle all these particular situations or duties? I'm going to handle the duties while you did the other thing. Talking about Nelly and Ashanti, the pop stars that have a new reality show called We Belong Together. Basically, it's them and their life together and their new baby. And during the show, Nelly actually admitted that he does not change a diaper. He refuses to change a diaper.
Yeah, like, he said he didn't really want anything to do with the infant.
Right.
Until it
like
gets
a walk
a
and
little
talk.
older.
Right. Which is just so odd to me. Hired help, maybe. But I just can't imagine any father saying, I just don't change diapers. Unless, of course, you have that agreement with your significant other. He did say that he had mentioned this before they even had kids. Like, if we have kids, I'm not changing diapers.
Yeah. He made it clear. Renee texted, it takes 2 to make a baby and 2 to take care of one, too. Yes.
Not wrong. Kevin says, if you're afraid to change a diaper, just keep it in your pants. I mean, you're not wrong.
Jessica says, yeah, the agreement my ex and I had was that he shows up when it's easy and bails when it matters.
Oh, man.
Boo on that guy.
Dominic said, I made the agreement to always come back with the milk. 4 kids later, I still keep coming back with the milk. I guess that means he doesn't change diapers?
Okay.
Does that mean you don't change diapers, Dom?
Again, I guess I just can't imagine having the cojones to go up to the mother of your child and be like, hey, I'm not changing diapers. Like, who says that?
And a point that Nikki's making, which is true, is she says it would make her mad, but she said she was a huge control freak when her kids were infants, and that just to make sure they were absolutely clean, when after,
the big messy ones?
The big messy ones, that she would rather have just done it herself, just to make sure in her own brain that she knew all the nooks and crannies were clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess if you're a bit of a control freak.
Yeah, I understand that.
3295 said, I changed maybe 10 diapers in my entire life. It just worked out that way. Okay. I guess if it works out, sure, must be nice.
Yeah, I feel like maybe your wife did not maybe trust you with that task, so she let you do the other things, which is okay. I don't hate that, really. If you're not great at it, then, do other. There are plenty of other things to do with an infant.
There are lots of other things to do.
Well,
I would love.
Are there?
I would love to do it. Well, if you're doing the feedings, or if you get up every single night, although that a lot of times is a diaper change in the middle of the night,
right.
So that wouldn't.
I would say other household chores. There are millions of things to take care
Yes.
of if you're not going to clean a diaper. So
that is true.
Doug says, even in 2025, I have many friends that believe the only responsibility of the father is financial support.
Well, I would say that's just wrong.
This is why there's a 53% divorce rate.
Yeah, you could totally think that those two would coincide for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to see a 3 a.m. I'm not changing the diaper. Oh, yeah, why don't you get out there and make us some money? Huh? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Sleep
at 3 a.m., right. Absolutely.
And now,
All right, I'm listening.
3 things you need to know before you go.
A Michigan woman has been identified as the one who was killed by a falling tree in Hocking Hills this week. 69-year-old Shelley Van Dyke was hiking with her friends at Conkles Hollow on Monday when a tree uprooted and fell on her. The ODNR says it is expecting a ton of visitors over the 3-day holiday weekend and is asking hikers to please stay on designated trails, especially right now as the area has seen heavy rains and flash flooding. Sean Diddy Combs is remaining behind bars until his sentencing after being found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. As for the more serious charges of racketeering and sex trafficking, Combs was found not guilty. He was denied bail as he awaits sentencing. The judge scheduled sentencing for October 3rd, but said Combs' team can petition to meet sooner. As for sentencing, it looks like he faces in a maximum of 10 years for each of the transportation to engage in prostitution counts. So it's a maximum 20 years. But the prosecution's arguing for 4 to 5 years. Defense is arguing for 2 years, no more than 2 years. He's already served 9 months, which will be subtracted from his sentence. So there is a chance he could get just, maybe less than serve, maybe just a little over a year. Yeah, for that. I don't know, maybe a little longer.
Out in 8 months on good behavior.
Yeah, so this is the best case scenario for Diddy, who fell to his knees when he heard the verdict because he knew.
Oh, yeah.
He could have been in prison for life. A simple emoji in a text message could help you build a stronger relationship, and it may not matter which emoji. Even the middle finger, maybe? I don't know. That is relationship building in one way or another. But there's a new study out of the University of Texas. This is a fairly small study that any emoji that you send in a text message, it shows the receiver that you are being attentive. And those who receive your message, even if it's just an emoji, sees you as being more responsive. Like, oh, you read my message and you picked an appropriate emoji for it. And I really appreciate that. So the study involved only 260 adults between the ages of 23 and 67. And they were reading these text messages, hypothetical text messages. And the only difference in each scenario was whether emojis were included. And every single time an emoji was included, the receiver felt better about it. Like had a better response, felt better toward the sender.
Nora and I talk a lot in emojis, and I like it. Put a smile on my face.
Yeah. I'm an emoji guy. I like to send a heart, kissy face, My top emojis are probably the heart, any version of the heart. Yeah.
Okay.
I love an emoji.
I do think it adds a personal touch to the text message.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so keep that in mind next time you're firing off a text to somebody you really care about. Those are your 3 things.
I can only assume they're going for a nostalgic feel. What's old is new again. Or maybe jumping on the trend where they're taking, I guess you can call them kids' activities and making them more adult. Like, you give me a good urban golf where you get to go putt-putt and they've got food and drinks and you can take your drinks from hole to hole.
Yeah.
You give me one of those indoor fun putt-putt places, I'm all in. You want to go to like a Dave and Buster's and get some drinks and play some games, I'm all in for sure, without a doubt. But I think we have enough of them, and I don't know if this is the route to take, because Chuck E. Cheese has just announced a new spin-off chain called Chuck's Arcade. They have opened the first 10 of them in malls across the U.S. They're basically just a normal arcade like you see in every mall, but they're also going to serve food and alcohol. So
good. That's what you do best, Chuck E. Cheese, the food.
Right. Yeah. What are you going to serve? Just
pizza.
Like pizza and that's it?
I do feel like young adults these days are the ones who grew up with the Chuck E. Cheese birthday parties, so it may go over.
Yeah, but I just don't think they're not going to do it as good as like a Dave and Buster's.
Or 8-bit or Pins.
Right. Exactly.
No way.
They are going to have.
Wrong, but
they are going to have the newer games you see at these places, like the big Halo shooting game, and then they're going to have the old school like Mortal Kombat and Asteroids. You can still earn tickets and win prizes.
Oh, good! So you can get like 1,000 tickets and a box of chiclets.
Right. Yes,
but you're going to put these in malls. Their malls are dying everywhere.
Yes,
that's what they're doing in these malls. They're taking, whenever the big stores go out, they put in experiences. That's what they're trying now to save these malls. So I don't hate the idea. I think there's a nostalgia factor.
Now, they do say kids are welcome, but they're really trying to sell the adult angle, saying the new spin-off of a modern-day love letter to the games and people who made Chuck E. Cheese great.
Are we going to have an adult ball pit?
Oh, I would not be against that. However, even though it's a scaled-down version, because that's the other thing, too. They're saying it's a scaled-down version of what you see at a normal Chuck E. Cheese. So it's not even going to be the size of a Dave & Buster's. Yeah, I'm not going to take a side trip to the mall to go to this Chuck's Arcade when I can go to a Dave & Buster's or go to an FYE or go to a Pins. A miniature version of that?
Why?
See, to me, it's just like they're taking the smell of kids' farts out of something and making it for adults.
You know, if you ever want a business plan, number one rule, get rid of the smell of kids' farts.
That's what Chuck E. Cheese smells like. Have you been in one
in
the last 10 years?
No.
Yeah.
It just smells like kids' farts?
Dirty diapers, kids' farts. Yeah, like that. That's pretty much the overwhelming. Maybe I was just in a bad location.
Or you've got just those old, huge, sloppy old men who are drinking that draft beer and eating that cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Oh.
We did a birthday party for one of our kids one time at Chuck E. Cheese. Just once.
Doesn't it smell like every other kid in there has to go to the bathroom?
Like I said, just one time, and that was the last
Who
time.
is crapping their pants in here? Just make a big old announcement. Not to mention, if you touch one of the joysticks on those games, you are patient zero.
Yeah.
Like, without a doubt,
Right.
you are patient zero. Now, I will say, each location is going to have an original member of Chuck E. Cheese animatronic band on display. So you can take pictures with it and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, man, honestly, You're right. I do think there's a nostalgia sort of angle to this, although I can't see you wanting to visit more than one time. Because it doesn't sound like it offers as much as every other arcade out there.
You're right. That's exactly.
We'll go once.
And again, smaller, not as many attractions. The food isn't going to be nearly as good as like a Dave and Buster's. Sure, Dave and Buster's is overpriced and things like that.
They got great food.
But their food is really good. Yeah. So
And I mean, Chuck E. Cheese is already struggling bad.
Right.
They're already having a lot of trouble. So, let's take what little money we have left and waste it.
I try and I'm all about it. There have been companies that have reinvented themselves. Chili's has seen a huge spike in guests and money earned and people coming to the restaurant. You can reinvent yourself, but I don't think this is the right.
Make a new awesome place for kids' birthdays.
Yeah.
Fix all of that. Make it better.
And then you've got what was the thing that just opened here in Columbus? The waterless water park or whatever dumb name they came up with. The slide park.
Is it Waterless Water Park?
Yeah, which is just a dumb name. But they're doing something different or new, or it's big. A scaled down size like this is just not going to work. So, good luck, Chuck E. Cheese.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Oh, we take a trip up north a little bit to Macomb County, Michigan, where a Michigan man is accused of repeatedly showing up to active crime scenes while posing as a first responder.
Ooh.
What? The huevos on this guy. Jason Edward Barnes, 48-year-old of Clinton Township, pled no contest to multiple counts of impersonating a firefighter and or emergency medical personnel and weapons ammunition charges. He showed up to a homicide in Clinton Township in 2023 and identified himself as a first responder before offering to help a police officer. Now, I guess the good news is he's offering help. He's not there, causing a disturbance. He really does want to blend in. But really impersonating an EMS personnel?
Why?
Again, who knows?
Maybe he just really wants to be one and something's keeping him from doing it.
He couldn't pass the firefighter exam. I hear it's difficult.
That's total possibility.
So it's like, you know what? I can't. What's stopping me from just showing up anyway?
I mean, this is literally Tiger King putting on a paramedic jacket when his worker got her arm bit off.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Obviously, they are. People are not happy about this. The prosecuting attorney is like, you can't. This is you can't do this. This is an abuse of power and trust, which I could totally see. Does he know the lingo? How long was it? So many questions. How long was it taken before he was discovered? Did no one question him? Did he do at home studying to know kind of what to say and what to do?
Watch a quick YouTube video and then head on to the scene.
Yeah. How to be EMS for dummies. Is that the series of books? Yeah. Anyways.
They knew that he wasn't legit though because he leaned out the car window and was going, ooh.
that was his siren.
They figured it out.
He will be sentenced on August 19th. Speaking of a lot of questions, I've got a ton of questions for this in Chesapeake, Virginia, where a family is filing a lawsuit against a funeral home for negligence of a corpse. They allege that Snelling's Funeral Home and Crematory did not preserve a dead body in their care correctly, leading to maggots infesting the body.
Oh my gosh.
The family says they watched in horror as their loved one had maggots coming out of their body during an open casket funeral.
Wow.
The family also alleges the mother of the deceased person has suffered nightmares, trauma, and other issues as a result of the experience. They're scheduled to go to court later this month. But here's my question. What? You didn't properly embalm them?
Yeah, you have not preserved the body, and it also, how long has it been there?
That's my question. It takes a long time, doesn't it, for maggots to form and infest a body?
Yeah, so what is it? Like a fly has a baby, and the babies, it turns into a maggot? Wait, how does a maggot form?
That's the larva, yeah.
The larva, yeah. So, I mean, we're talking...
Or can it happen quickly? Can the body be dead for a short period of time, and if a fly is around...
Well, it's like if you put meat in the trash...
How long does it take for maggots to form on that meat, to collect on that meat?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it can happen in a week.
Yeah, but who waits a week to have an open casket?
Okay, but who
it happens, yeah.
Who owns a funeral home and doesn't know how to preserve a body? You know what? Don't go to court. You need to settle. Just pay this family. How many millions are we going to give them?
That's
5?
the other question. What are maggots in a body worth?
Those That is absolute and utter lifetime trauma you have just saddled this family with.
100
That's
grand.
disgusting.
100 grand per maggot.
Okay.
Okay. I mean,
That's awful.
it is awful. I mean, it's straight out of a horror movie.
Right? Yeah.
But what? How did they move the body to the cat? Was the casket just sitting open with the body in it, and that's how the maggot, or was the body maggot infested, and then they moved it into the casket?
Yeah, what's the source?
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna...
And where were the maggots coming out of? That's the other thing I want to know too.
Well, I mean, if it's laying in a casket, only I guess it's got to be his
The
nose,
nose.
mouth,
Yeah.
whatever.
Have you ever happened upon maggots?
Oh, yeah.
It is really, really awful.
You wanna hear-
And that's not on a human body. This is just out in the wild. You will see a pile of maggots on something.
You want to hear a gross story?
Yes.
So, oh God, what year was this? 1999, 2000. I was living with this girl. We shared a car. We worked at a coffee shop together, and we had a Ford Tempo, an old Ford Tempo. And somehow the passenger floor was covered in newspaper, and it was trash. I admit it. It was trashy.
Yeah.
It had layers of newspaper and cups or whatever. And then I think at the time it was also winter, so getting in, and he had wet boots, and so the newspaper got wet. And finally, when I was like, I can't take this anymore. Peeled back the layers, and the carpet was covered in maggots. And in the car, I was like, oh man, that's...
Just drive it off a bridge at that point.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, shove it off the bridge.
Oh, I use so
You're
much
done.
cleaner on that thing.
Oh.
So, the fly larva, when the fly lays the larva, that egg can hatch in 8 to 24 hours.
Okay. Does that excuse a funeral home for not...
Oh, no, I'm just telling you how fast it can happen.
Yes. I mean, it can
Absolutely.
happen
So
fast.
the body's dead for 48 hours in the casket. A fly's in the funeral home. It lands. It makes a larva, and then within another 24 hours, you could have maggots. Okay.
Yeah, that's rough. I don't know, but I think as a funeral home director, that's part of your responsibility, isn't it?
Make sure that doesn't
It falls
happen.
under your purview.
Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of does. That's your not so breaking news. I think it was about a month ago. Nora and I were on date night down on High Street like we like to do. Grabbed dinner somewhere. Bounced around. Walking around. Stopped in for, a beverage here, whatever. Did some people watching. And then we always end up at the same place. Whenever we go down to High Street on like a Friday or Saturday night, we always end the night at the same place. And that's Novak's right there on High Street. Upstairs bar. When you walk in, you got to go up the stairs to the second floor. That's where the main bar is, and they have a DJ on the weekends. But then they have a third floor, the rooftop bar.
Okay.
And we always go up to the rooftop, and we just sit at the bar, and we people watch. We're probably, on average, most certainly in the upper age demographic of the people that go to Novak's. But
I would imagine.
we love people watching all these youngins do their thing. And I made an observation, like I said, about a month ago, and I actually talked about it on the show, and it was the fact that young men and their mustaches are out of control now. Like mustaches...
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like big old Tom Selleck mustaches.
Yes, but all kinds of mustache. Just a lot of mustaches.
Are you seeing like the handlebars?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's that straight...
Okay.
It's the porn stash.
Okay.
Is what it is. I mean, flat out.
The kind of mustache that says, yeah, I've been nude on camera, what of it?
Yeah.
Whatever.
That kind of mustache. But apparently I am not alone, because NPR just had a huge article on their website. Are we in the midst of another mustache renaissance? And they keep talking about all these famous people who are bringing the mustache back. They've got pictures of Timothy Chalamet, Donald Glover, Benson Boone, the big pop artist now. And I lost count of how many famous baseball players have mustaches now. That's just the thing. Is the mustache is back.
I don't know.
Would you do? We should do 1 week, Vic. Both of us just shave and just do the mustache.
No.
Come on. You can grow the rest of that out. pretty well.
It'll come back pretty quick.
Yeah.
Can I stay with you for that week?
Why?
Well, I used to have just a mustache.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Heather wasn't a fan.
And had to go out with the snake.
Oh, you
Heather's
give
like,
up your snake?
Heather's like, if we're doing this, the steak and the stash have to go.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
how
it's
that
like
would
this
go over.
with everything.
All right,
With
so
the whole scruff, it seems to be okay.
How long would it
absolutely.
take you to grow that back?
Oh, I don't know. A week.
All right.
To my current length, it would take a couple. Although when I this is about not quite a week in. If I were to use my clippers like I normally do, that would probably take a week and a half to grow back.
I do the clippers on a one like every 1 to 2 weeks.
Can you? I feel like, Goose, you could do a Fu Manchu for sure.
Oh yeah, sure.
I can see it on you right
Yeah.
now.
You think I could pull it off? I mean, I know I could do.
I think you could pull
Yeah.
it off.
No.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
and
kidding.
They'd sit you on a Harley. Yeah, you would look exactly right.
There's no.
No, I'm just saying you could pull it off.
I see you've got almost an outline of a Fu Manchu
I-
right now.
yes.
That's where your darker
Yeah.
facial hair is.
But when I got a little bit of gray, like
all
right
right.
in the
You're
chin
good.
bone area.
It just makes you look more
Just get rid of all this
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, then
and
all
the sides, and just straight down.
Yep. You could pull that off.
Yeah, you could.
What if I let the neck hair grow out so
Nope.
it just connects all
Now
the way
you've
down
gone
the
too
neck?
far.
I want to see that. You should do that.
Okay, but you got to do it with me.
Why?
Because
Wait.
we're in this together, man.
Let me see. Look at me straight on, Thick Rick. Because you do have the Ryan Day look going, for sure. But only his is like definitely,
This is so thick.
yeah, and really dark.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Let's
just for men will do
see.
that.
Let me see.
I don't know if he's because his.
How dare you, sir?
If he's using that, he's using it everywhere because everything on him is cold black hair.
All right, I'm calling Tom Selleck stash for you, Thick, and Fu Manchu.
Yeah, my wife
for
wouldn't like
Goose.
that at all.
Just for a week. She can not look at you for a week.
Oh, she can not look at me
She's
for
done it
months.
before. It's
Yeah,
not
right.
that big of a deal. Hey, we've got a pair of Adam Sandler tickets to give away. We've had them all week. It's going to be a big show at Nationwide Arena October 15th. If you want to go see... It was a terrible Adam Sandler impression. No? It's bad too. Well, if you want to see a better Adam Sandler than that...
I'm Crazy Pickle Mustache now. Hand over some candy. Is that better?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
Vic, your turn. Adam Sandler.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Okay, that's a good one.
good
That's a good one. Okay. Here's the deal. If you want to go, we've got tickets 800-821-9970. We are going to play opposite movie titles. I had a big win earlier in the week, closing that gap ever so slightly. 14, 11, and 2 now is the current record. Goose versus Kelly. There's no chance we close that gap a little bit more. If you want to play, or at least have your chance to win as our representative, 800-821-9970. Let's get ourselves a couple of teammates. Blitz, hi, who's this?
This is Austin.
Austin. All right, Austin, since you called in first, your choice. You want to be represented by Kelly, represented by Goose, who's on a win streak.
Oh, it's got to be Kelly.
Yes! Austin!
Got to be Kelly. Okay. Bad choice, Austin. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
Tyler.
Tyler. All right, Tyler. You've got me since Austin picked Kelly. So, Austin and Tyler, we put you on hold. We're going to find out which one of you is going to win the tickets as we go with opposite movie titles today. Now, this is a back and forth game, but can be stolen if you don't get the answer correct.
Yes, you can steal.
Thick, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Kelly, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Who's first?
I'm ready. I won last time, so I get to go first.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules. All right. Tell us the actual title of the movie. Here it is. Whole Raw.
Whole
Raw.
Raw.
WHOLE. Whole.
Oh, half-baked.
Very good.
All right, Kelly. Forget the dwarves.
Remember the Titans.
Ah, I didn't think you were going to
How good is
I didn't think you were going to get
good
that.
is that?
Woo!
All right, Goose, back to you. First 1 to 5 wins. Tied 1-1. Close and here.
Far and away. Who was in that movie? I remember.
None
the
of your
movie.
business. Go on.
That's Tom
Nicole
Cruise
Kidman.
and Nicole Kidman.
Oh, that's the second one they did.
Yeah, where they were
Wide Eye
settling and
Shut.
they had to find their land and all of that.
That's right.
All right, Kelly. Nobodies of the Spring.
Nobodies of the Spring. Oh, Legends of the Fall.
Nice. Oh, this is a good one. We got a good one going here. All right, Goose. Construction Woman.
Construction Woman. Man. What's the opposite of construction? Construction Woman. Man. Construction. Demolition Man.
Wow.
We got there.
What a great movie. It's the Three Seashells.
All right, Kelly. The Red Kilometer.
The Green Mile.
Damn it.
Oh, this is a good one, man. What are we at, 3-3?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Goose. Empty Wooden Pants.
Full Metal Jacket.
Wow, you guys are doing great. All right, Kelly. Got to keep it tied. Rind Fact.
Pulp Fiction. Yes!
You guys are killing it. We are tied. 4-4. All right, Goose. The Sheep of Floor Road.
The Sheep of Floor Road.
Oh, my gosh.
The Sheep of Floor Road. The Sheep of Floor Road. What? The sheep. Oh my God.
I don't think, I'm looking at Kelly, I don't think she's got a chance to steal either.
Road.
Sheep of Floor Road. Okay.
I'm gonna have to. Oh no, the Sheep of Floor Road. The what animal? What? I have no idea. I don't know.
Kelly, chance to steal.
The sheep. Okay, what's the opposite of a sheep? Let's figure this out for me. Something. Floor ceiling. Floor sky. Floor road. Avenue. It's a road. It's not a road. What it is a lane. A path. The Sheep of Floor Road. I cannot figure this out. The sheep. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, they're getting it on text. Do not look at your text.
Okay, not. The
Wolf of Wall Street!
No, but you
passed.
already passed.
You weren't allowed to
You already
answer.
passed.
It was her turn to steal.
my turn.
It was her turn to steal.
No,
and now you took her opportunity to take it.
Okay, so I get a
nobody
half
gets
point,
it.
maybe?
No,
or-
nobody gets it. But Kelly, you can win.
I can win it.
If you get this
win
one.
it. I can win it.
She's sitting here saying, "Let's figure it out for me," and I
You
was
weren't
still
helping
talking.
her.
No,
we weren't helping her.
You passed it. You did pass it
Goose,
to me.
come on.
Play back the tape.
Yeah.
Play back the tape.
All right, well, she's got to get this one to win.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Yes City for young women.
Yes, city. No Country for Old Men. Yes.
Goose, come on. You can't, man. You got now. Come on, Goose.
You cannot fight this. We both reject your fight.
I'm being honest. I'm just being fair. Come on. You said I give up. And she was trying to
And I
steal, and you
started.
yelled out the answer. She wasn't going to get
I
it.
yelled
though.
out the answer because I knew it, and I should have gotten the point.
You already passed, dude. You can't take it back. There are no
Okay.
take backsies.
Well, you're a doo-doo face. No take backsies.
That was the best
No,
opposite movie title round we've ever played.
I'm Rubber, you're
That
Glue.
was really good.
All right, Austin.
I don't think
Sorry,
so.
Tyler, you got cheated. Thick and Kelly have ripped the tickets from your hands.
I did.
And Tyler, you have been cheated.
Woo!
Austin, you get the tickets for Adam Sandler. Okay.
Yes. Awesome.
Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Yes.
Very
good
nice.
one.
Hang on 1 second, Austin. We'll get you taken care of. Get you those tickets.
So what's the score now?
Are you going to push the button?
15 for Kelly, 11 for Goose, 4 ties.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Nearly 368,000 pounds of Oscar Mayer turkey bacon products are being recalled. That's what you get for eating turkey bacon,
Yeah,
right?
no, you shouldn't be eating turkey bacon.
I do love not a turkey bacon, but a turkey pepperoni. Now, I love a turkey pepperoni. But anyway, they are recalling this Oscar Mayer turkey bacon over possible contamination with listeria. Kraft Heinz indicates that their testing showed a possible contamination, and this turkey bacon was shipped to stores across the U.S., so check your refrigerators.
I don't think you'd call it turkey bacon or turkey pepperoni. The pepperoni doesn't have turkey in it. Bacon is pork. There's no turkey in bacon.
Sorry, I had to get that out.
I thought something deep was about to come out of your mouth. It was a sneeze from deep within the gut.
I was trying to talk, and I couldn't.
What is he about to say? Is something wrong?
I'm stroking out live on the air.
I didn't know what was going on.
I've had a terrible case of allergies this morning. I tell you, I walked in.
Yeah.
From the time I got in my car to the time I got to the studio, I probably sneezed 30 times in my car.
He walked in laughing hysterically because he didn't know what else to do because he could not stop sneezing.
Anyways, well, what else are they going to call it? Turkey strips? Turkey circles?
No,
Isn't bacon just a processing term? Like, you can make a variety of... Is it or no?
Is that right?
Do you see a pig and you're like, there's the haunches, there's the tail, there's the bacon.
Yeah.
You don't call a part of a live pig the bacon.
No.
That's not a pig part.
No, it's the pork belly, but it's shaved.
The definition of bacon is cured meat from the side and belly of a pig.
Yeah.
Okay, could it be cured meat from the side and belly of a turkey?
It just says from a pig.
Okay. Well, we didn't really solve any questions there.
No, we didn't.
Okay. Waffle House did us a solid. They put that egg surcharge in the menu, 50 cents per egg in February because egg prices were crazy. They took it off.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. They said, hey, guess what? We took that surcharge off. Egg prices have come down, so
good for them.
Yeah, they thanked everyone for understanding during the time that they needed that surcharge.
That's how you do business.
Yes.
Because most companies would just leave it there.
Yeah, a lot of prices aren't coming back down, even though they could.
Right. So I thought that was a real solid move by Waffle House. So if you want to see a movie at AMC, prepare yourself. The company has decided it is going to jam you with a lot more ads before your movie starts. AMC is strapped for cash and is saddled with nearly $4 billion in debt. So this is all about revenue. It is not about a customer experience whatsoever. Now, to AMC's credit, they are maybe the last major movie theater chain to go into this, to use this business model. The other big chains like Cinemark and Regal, they have already done this. They've already started front-loading tons of ads before their movies, and those companies have reported that they have not seen a decrease in business. So AMC is like, I like what I'm hearing here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna not go to a movie theater because they show commercials beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the other end of it? You sit on your phone 10 minutes before the previews start? I mean...
Yeah. I mean, there are things to do. You could come later. You don't have to get there right when the movie time
I can tell you,
starts.
I know for a fact, 20 minutes. Whatever the posted movie time is, let's say 11:30, that movie is going to start at 11:50.
Yep.
It's 20 minutes.
So, okay, yes. Maybe a little extra now.
Now it's going to be a half an hour.
It'll be a little extra. And it does undoubtedly cause a little bit of a worse experience for moviegoers because studies have shown that we do allot only a certain amount of time for our movie-going experience, and 4 hours is the limit. And that includes driving to the theater, parking, getting your snacks, and watching a movie. So more ads encroaches on this time a little bit. Who cares? Nobody. AMC doesn't care.
Right.
Nobody cares. Theater owners, though, they absolutely hate this business model because they say the extra commercials on top of multiple trailers make for a very long night at work. Like, they are backed up way into the night now, having to deal with everybody's, spilled popcorn and all that. Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the business now, and they don't like it. They don't like the extra ads.
I wonder if that would add extra time.
It does. It adds extra time to the end of their night because you have to bump all your movie times
a little bit later.
Okay. And then during a whole day, that does make it significantly later for you. Now, you can say just show up later. But 81% of us do not want to miss the movie trailers. So that's why people just go ahead and get there at their movie start time.
And I somewhat agree with that. However, I love movie trailers.
Yeah, most people do.
So
81%.
I can't remember the last time I went to a movie theater and saw a new movie trailer.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I see them all on YouTube the day they're posted. Because the day a trailer comes out, it goes up online now.
Yeah.
And everyone counts down the days for the release of the trailer.
So it's not the old days where that's where you saw the movie trailers was at the theater.
Right.
We see a lot of movie trailers in here before the show starts.
Oh, absolutely.
Like all the time we're watching movie trailers.
I remember it was many months ago, but Fantastic Four, the Marvel movie that a lot of people are looking forward to coming out the end of this month, they had a big, huge event for the release of the trailer.
Yeah,
that's right. They had fans show up, and they had the 4 stars show up, and they all put their hands on a big button. They were like 3, 2, 1, and they pushed the button, and then they showed the new trailer.
And then you get a trailer.
Right, exactly.
That's funny. Well, they say in an age of like instant gratification, movie theaters are making it more difficult for people. But that's really not their concern. They just need to cut away at that $4 billion in debt.
Yeah.
All right, those are your 3 things.
Very excited at some point in the near future. Thick's going to take me out fishing on the bass boat.
Yes.
Cannot wait to check that out. I've done a handful of fishing in my life. Nothing like you're talking about where you like cast and cast.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, we're going to use live bait.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I want you to catch fish.
Well, I can catch fish.
No, I just mean it'll be easier if we use live bait as opposed to artificial bait.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
With all the different types of lures and stuff you have. All right.
Because bass will eat crawdads no matter what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, one thing I hope we avoid are the square groupers. They're having a problem down in Florida where police are warning people, especially around the Walton County area, where a beachgoer recently came across a couple of square groupers worth about $500,000.
I don't get it.
It was the pure wrapped blocks of cocaine that had floated up onto the beach.
Oh, jeez, square groupers.
The discovery happened Sunday morning. In fact, there's a funny TikTok video of the guy standing over them, and he's like, "Boy, these square groupers just washing up on the beach. I don't know what to do." 5 huge blocks of wrapped cocaine. I mean, it's wrapped in black, wrapped in cellophane. It's exactly.
How does that end up happening?
A drop that went awry.
Yeah,
something that was left in the lake and washed ashore. Whatever the case may be, police are saying obviously do not touch the square groupers or any other suspicious package. You don't know what it could be. But $500,000 worth, 25 kilos of the white stuff.
That's a lot of yayo.
That is so much yayo. Man, somebody is going skiing for sure.
You're like Scarface, man.
Yeah,
at 100%. The end of the movie on the desk.
100%.
Just staring in your face.
I will say the best comment out of all of them on this TikTok video was the person who said, "Hey, do not touch those 5 blocks. The last thing you want someone to do is look for those 4 blocks." Because those 3 blocks are probably worth a lot of money, and no one wants to lose the 2 blocks that they just lost. So, yeah, keep an eye out. Don't go touching the square groupers. 99.7 The Blitz.
This program is brought to you by Where the Hell Did That Just Go? Skyrockets, bringing holiday fun to nearly every rooftop in America.
It's the Morning Blitz with Goose, Kelly, and Thick.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up today. Did you know that there are only 2 companies with a perfect AAA credit rating? Johnson & Johnson and Microsoft.
How could you have bad credit? You have more money than God.
Right, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But I guess that's kind of a business model. Just, defer payments, save money here, invest over here.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Antarctica now gets about 123,000 tourists a year. That's up from just 5,000 tourists a year in 1990. I don't know if I'd get, if it was paid for, I would go. But I'm not spending the money it takes to trek down to Antarctica.
What are you going to do?
Right.
I mean, you watch whales or sharks or penguins.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's really about it.
I don't know, man.
That's really about it.
I guess I'd go on a cruise that maybe went along there, but I don't really want to get off. I don't, there's no excursion.
Right, yeah, exactly. I'm not going to visit the latest culinary experience in Antarctica.
I don't know.
The most valuable stamp in the world is a 1 cent 1856 British Guiana stamp.
Wow.
It sold at auction in 2014 for $9.5 million.
There are some stamp collectors out there, man.
You ever wonder why you get hot snakes sometimes?
Hot snakes?
Hot snakes. You go to poo and it really burns.
Oh, well, yeah. It's usually if I had, the purple bag of Doritos the day before or, something spicy.
A little extra spice in your food. But do you know why? That's because your rectum has similar cells to your mouth, which is why spicy food can burn on the way in as much as it can burn on the way out.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
There was a story last year about a guy who claimed his beehole could taste. So you tell me it's true?
Well, I don't know. It's not. I don't know if it's necessarily taste bud cells, but it's the same kind of cells.
Okay.
Because there have been other times I've been like, when did I eat that? And finally, what do you think would happen if you need a testy transplant?
I don't ever want to know, but I mean, well, I don't even, how does these kids, they still work?
They're super rare. Not only do they still work, but here's the issue that people have with it. If you transplanted one man's testes to another man, not only would they work, but they would still produce offspring from the donor. You're not shooting your own little green army men.
But doesn't it have to come, everything that goes into them have to come from you?
No. They're still
like I guess, yeah. Well, yeah, because it's your DNA, I guess.
The person who's donating the testy, yeah.
Right. But I guess I just felt like eventually the new persons would,
because they kind of replenish.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. But it's definitely your DNA in them when they get put in him.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's a big ethical issue, which is why testicular transplants are super rare.
Well, I would say because if you have one, you should not father a child.
Unless you're fully, you have discussed it and you're ready to.
I know, but it's not going to be yours.
It's like adoption.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
So you can still have a child. You just have to be fully prepared knowing that it's going to have different DNA.
Okay.
So. There you go. Learning you some stuff on a Thursday morning. 99.7 The Blitz.
That was some stuff.